Hi, it's Andy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Dave from Lowdown, filling in for Kirk.
Well, just want to say a big thank you for Dave for helping us out today with Kirk's absence. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it today, but we're very happy to have you on the channel. Now, today's video, the only thing I will tell you is we're heading over to the wonderful world of Indonesia, and that is about all you're getting out of this one. So let's go check out today's video.
Mesmerized.
Terdengar tegas nyanyian cadas, gejolak semangat teriakan yang berapi, menghujam tajam, mengantar kejam. Saya bergitar dengan suara menantang.
Okay, there we go. I'm going to obviously offer it out to you guys to have a guess if you have any idea what the band is called.
I wish we were Megadeth.
No, unfortunately not that one. And I'm guessing,
Ah.
Andy, you have no idea on that one either.
No, but when we came back on, Dave was looking very, very confused. I have no idea who that was.
Okay, the band is called Edane or Edan, and the song is called Hail Edan. And they're from Indonesia, Jakarta. I'm going to throw it over to you, Dave, for first thoughts and feelings on it.
I thought it was really good, actually. I didn't know if there was. I mean, I've got massive Megadeth vibes when they first started, because it was almost the guitar was so distorted. It was almost Dimebag tone like territory.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So which I'm fine with. I quite like. And I didn't know if there was two singers or not. I'm assuming it was just one guy and he had specs on, like shades on for
I
a
think
different.
there's two.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Either way, I thought both their vocals, if it was two different guys, I thought they were both really good. I thought the screaming, like as in like the more the Fry sort of vocalist, really good actually, really quiet there, not too guttural, but just sort of like enough to bring energy and like charisma. Vocally, I thought they were really good. The video looked like a really fun time as well. So yeah, that looked wicked. A lot of different interests going on with the band there. The drum rack, that was fucking huge. That was massive. It looked really cool. Yeah. No, I thought they were really good. Couldn't understand them. I'm assuming it was Indonesian because I'm an ignorant Englishman. So, and I don't know any other language apart.
That's
from...
always the challenge. It's always It's always a challenge when we do anything. Where we do the Japanese ones, Indonesian ones, Mongolian. The problem is you can't listen to the lyrics. You're stuck just focusing on the melody and the music, and which means you tend to pick up more of that rather than actually connect with the song.
Yeah,
it's harder to connect. But Andy, what do you reckon?
Yeah, like you said, really good, Dave. But again, another point you made, there just seemed to be so many ideas thrown in from all quarters. I mean, I've noted down, it seemed like, the first sort of quarter of the song was this, and then the remaining three quarters was a completely different song. You've got all sorts of elements in there. The initial vocals I didn't particularly like, they sounded a bit nasally. Then again, at the sort of 25% through the song, it sort of harsher, more aggressive vocals, which I really did like. The drums were excellent throughout. I really like that. There's a chuggy riff throughout as well. That was really good. The bass has got great posture, Robert Trujillo almost. Anyone spot the Angus Young impression?
definitely.
Yeah. Threw that in a couple of times. At the midway point, they started doing the hail and raising the fist, and then it stopped and thought, well, that's an opportunity missed. And then obviously it come back at the conclusion. But I think they could have done without the first occurrence of that, because obviously it's going to be a crowd favourite. I'd love to see this live. I bet it's absolutely fantastic live. But yeah, just lots of ideas in there. I mean, there's, you mentioned sort of sounding like Megadeth, Dave. I didn't personally pick up on that, but I'm not a Megadeth fan. But the solo was very thrash, very Megadeth, whereas the rest was sort of, I don't know, sort of just some heads down, chuggy, good hard metal. But yeah, just a bit of a melting pot of all sorts of different things. Maybe one or two, a few too many sort of contributions there, where they probably could have streamlined it and made a bit more of a simpler song. Just seemed a bit of a mixed bag. But overall, good track.
Yeah. I mean, I've never checked this band out. It's been a request a few times from people on the other channels, so it was a case of I wanted to kind of come across to them. They're one of the premier thrash bands from Indonesia. So they're not like an unknown band. They're one of the biggest ones out there.
What are they called again, did you say?
Edane, or Edan, however you want to pronounce it.
I think the drummer had one of their T-shirts on, actually.
I mean, I found it really interesting, the fact that there were at least two of the guys I saw had Anthrax T-shirts on, because I got a huge Anthrax vibe off this.
Yeah.
That chuggy riff. There was also the bit about the tempo was very Anthrax tempo. You've got the video camera angle of the foot doing the foot hit tap in. That's a classic kind of Anthrax video shot. Then I saw the Angus Young across the stage. I'm like, you can see where they've borrowed some of the camera shots and they've tried to tie it all in.
Yeah.
I picked on the fact that it looked like a great fun video. They were obviously enjoying themselves immensely doing it. The Hail, I'm guessing because the song's called Hail Edan, that was probably meant to be their chorus, because that's what I couldn't get. It was that structure of, I kind of got the verses. There was that 2-part verse of vocals, and I guess the Hail Edan was meant to be the chorus part. But again, you get through that solo, and then they seem to have an extension solo. And then you think, well, it's going to come back into that first section, and then they did a whole other section of another sort of chuggy riff, and you're like, okay. Then it went to another chuggy riff, and you're thinking, well, I don't know where I am in the song anymore. I haven't got a clue what's happening. Didn't have a problem with it.
So they've used every idea that each band member has brought in and thrown into one song. When, like I said, perhaps they should have stripped some of that out and simplified it a little bit and made it more, more constructed.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, all the riffs were really good. I just felt it was a case of now trying to remember which riff was which. You're like, okay, they've all kind of got lost, and like, you could have taken one of those riffs and used it on another song and made it a little bit more memorable. All I can remember is I liked it.
Being a little bit more hooky, as in like being something which was maybe a little bit reminiscent of the beginning of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last thing I'd say on this one is I do find this, specifically with Indonesian productions that we've heard, mixing is not their strongest. They seem to have a dirtier mix, in my opinion. So production standards is where we're a lot more polished in the kind of the Western and the European market. The Indonesian stuff, because it's grindcore is probably their premier kind of metal scene. Their president loves it. So you've then got, I just found like the vocals felt too low in the mix. I couldn't clearly kind of hear any definitions. There was points where I was just losing them amongst the guitars. I could see he was singing. I could hear there was something going on there, but I just felt the guitars were just not, they were just letting them bleed too much over into it. So there was a lot of bleed in between instrumentation and not enough separation. But that's just a production thing, which is personal. Some people really love that dirty tone. I'd have liked that cleaned up a little bit more just to get us a bit more clarity.
Yeah.
So there we go. That is Edane and Hail Edan. Now, if you like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care.